Good morning.
Good morning. We're just going to give folks a moment to enter from the waiting room and connect to audio.
Good morning.
Good morning. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting or speaking before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the board, Kathleen Joyce.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I'm Chair of the Boston Licensing Board, and today I am also joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiona Saxon. Thank you.
Thank you. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly. And once again, as a reminder, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting or speaking before the board. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You will then make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following questions, there will be testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. Please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. Begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, Copley 233 LLC, doing business as Copley House Inc., located at 233 West Newton Street. Has applied for a lodging house license to be exercised on the above. 5-story building with 2 rooms in the basement, 2 rooms on the 1st floor, 2 rooms on the 2nd floor, 2 rooms on the 3rd floor, and 2 rooms on the 4th floor. Manager Christian Moen, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
This is Christian Moen is present.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moen. If you could please briefly present your proposal to the board.
Yes, this will be brief. I am submit an application for a lodging house license at 233 West Newton Street. As described, I believe at one point this was a lodging house, so I'm looking to reinstate it, but I think at this point is a new license. So I'm just here to present on behalf of Copley House, which would be managing the property on behalf of 233.
Thank you very much. The board may have some questions about the operation of the lodging house, so we'll turn over to the board. Chairwoman Joyce, any questions?
How many residents can stay here?
So I believe, it would come to about, the application, it was 28, I think based on about 2 to 3 per unit.
In Copley House Managing, can you give me some background of them? How long have they been managing lodging houses? How long is their contract with you?
Yes, it is. So Copley House has been managing lodging houses for, I believe, for about 40 years. I think starting in, I think it was originally around 1980. So I've been with the company about 10 years.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the security and operations.
So we have, we have a staff on site. We have our office is basically a couple doors down at 239. So we have a presence that is, constant presence. We have an on-call maintenance team that is available 24/7 for any issues, security or otherwise. We do have, video cameras installed front and back. And so generally a fair amount of oversight to the building.
Is the staff on site 24 hours?
There is at least one staff member that is on site.
Okay.
24/7.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you?
Nothing from me at this time. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office like to defer to the judgment of this board. We had the applicant reach out to the local civic association, and we're unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 2, GSTH Investment Group LLC, doing business as Bijou and Rock and Rye, located at 51 Stewart Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers. Attorney Tom Miller. Attorney Miller.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Attorney Andrew Moles, McDermott, Quilty and Miller, 28 State Street, Boston, Mass. On behalf of the licensee. So as was just stated, this is a change of LLC manager application to change the LLC manager from George Abushadi to Mete Aslan. Unfortunately, Mr. Aslan cannot be here today due to a personal matter. But Mr. Aslan is a U.S. citizen and Mass resident, currently residing in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. He's been with the licensee for over the past 10 years, is very familiar with the day-to-day operations. This is just a corporate level transaction. There are no changes to the day-to-day operations, nor any other changes being made at this time. That I'm happy to take any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. I have no questions at this time.
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 3, Boqueria Fort Point LLC, doing business as Boqueria Tapas Bar and Restaurant, located at 25 Thompson Place. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Jessica Winford to Scott McLeod. Attorney Trish Farnsworth. Attorney Farnsworth.
Hi, good morning. Attorney Trish Farnsworth with Lawson and Whiteson in Boston, and with me is the proposed manager, Scott McLeod. Good morning, Chairman Joyce, Commissioners, and Attorney Green. We're here for a change of manager application. As you may recall, the last time we were here, it was a transfer of ownership and location. It's Boqueria's first location here in Massachusetts. At that time, the manager was really a placeholder until the official GM was identified and hired, and that is Mr. McLeod. So he is experienced. If you have any questions, he'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Is Mr. McLeod here?
Oh, Mr.
Is that Scott in the top right-hand corner?
Yes, I am here. Thank you for giving me the time to talk to you guys.
Thanks for joining us. Can you just elaborate a little bit about what your experience is in the food and beverage industry?
I've been in the food and beverage industry for almost 30 years. Have held a GM position in several establishments in and around Boston as the GM, Bell in Hand, Lincoln Tavern, and several other places as well. So I'm familiar with several of the laws that Boston presents, and pretty comfortable with, what the expectations are by the board in the city.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions at this time.
Nothing further from me. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 4, EAHG Boston 2 TRS LLC, doing business as Better Sorts Social Club, located at 90 Tremont Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Robert Rivers to Corey Hayes. Attorney Elizabeth Pisano. Attorney Pisano.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Elizabeth Pisano from Upton, Connell, and Devlin on behalf of the applicant. With me is Corey Hayes, the proposed manager of record. Corey is a U.S. citizen and a Massachusetts resident. He has over 10 years of experience in the food and beverage industry, and he is familiar with the rules and regulations of this board and the ABCC relating to the sale of alcohol. And if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Hayes. I don't have any questions at this time.
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Board.
Calling item number 5, CMG CP1 LLC, doing business as Cavo, located at 1 to 3 Center Plaza. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to provide bottle service on their licensed premise. Attorney Leslie Delaney Hawkins. Attorney Hawkins.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, Attorney Green, Leslie Delaney Hawkins, the law firm of Prince LaBelle Ty on behalf of the applicant. With me today is Chris Jameson and Mark Malatesta, the co-owners and operators, Joe O'Connor, the manager of record, as well as Mamadi Tongino, who is the head of security for the restaurant group. As the board certainly recalls, this is a recently opened restaurant with live entertainment operating as a nightclub pursuant to both its certificate of occupancy and certificate of inspection. We are here today before you to respectfully request bottle service be approved for this space. There are 17 dedicated tables at which bottle service would be provided. Each table will have a dedicated individual who will remain with the table at all times and will handle all of the service of the alcoholic beverages. Should at any time that individual need to leave the table, they will remove the alcoholic beverages from the table and will bring the bottle behind the bar. This group is very familiar with the rules and regulations regarding the sale of bottle service in the city of Boston. Additionally, this is a 21 and up venue only. There are no individuals allowed at the licensed premise who are under the age of 21. All individuals who are entering the establishment are ID'd at the front door. And again, no individual under the age of 21 is permitted. This restaurant group has successfully operated bottle service at one of its other locations in the city. And again, is aware that unlike many other states or municipalities, there are very specific regulations around bottle service and what can and cannot be provided in the city of Boston, and their staff is all trained and has experience, not just being tip certified, but with the very specific requirements around bottle service. Further, as the board may recall, there are no residential abutters to this establishment, and it has had significant sound attenuation work to ensure that the commercial abutters are not impacted in any way. With that, the owners, the manager of record, and our head of security are all present to answer any other questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you all for joining us. 17 dedicated tables. How many tables in total do you have?
I can answer that. There are 17 tables in total.
So every table is going to have table service?
Every table would have the option of having table service, correct?
Okay. And just to make sure I have this clear, there'll be one server per table. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep. And the way that we run it is we have the server has a handheld when they need to place an order. So they place the order. They never even have to leave the table when they do place the order. So at no times is that table unsupervised. That server would be there every minute that the bottle's on the table.
Okay. And are these tables by reservation or can you walk in and ask for a table?
They are by reservation. Yeah, they are by reservation on the off chance that we have one that's unreserved and somebody comes to the door and asks for it. We would afford them the opportunity to sit there and buy bottle service.
Okay. Now, are there time limits for the tables or is it?
There are not, but generally we seat the tables for nightlife at about 11 or 11:30 p.m. and we have a closing hour of 2 a.m. So we would never seat the table for bottle service before 11. And then we have a closing hour of 2.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioner Curran, do you have any questions, or Commissioner Saxon?
I do not. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I'm Sarah D'Amico with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Applicant did reach out to all direct abutters, in which we did not receive any comments, concerns, or oppositions. And at this time, we'd like to defer to the board's judgment. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board. Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Calling item number 6, Petula's LLC, doing business as Petula's, located at 81 L Street in South Boston. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license has petitioned to amend the closing hour of the licensed business from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Attorney Michael Brangwin. Attorney Brangwin.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Attorney Michael Brangwin with the law firm Fletcher Tilton. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, Petula's LLC. And with me today is Rachel Titcomb, who is the current manager of record of the premises, also a partner in the business. And the board may recall that Petula's was approved earlier in the year for a transfer of an wine, malt beverage, and liqueurs license at this same location in relation to a purchase of an existing ongoing business. And as part, this is really, they are currently open. The transfer took place. There was some minor renovations performed, and the Petula's began operating in mid-May of this year. This application is really to correct an oversight during that transfer process of the licensing hour. The original or the operator from whom the license was transferred had a 1 a.m. operating hour. In the application process, the operation for Petula's was advertised for midnight, but they would like to operate until 1 a.m. And ultimately, I mean, we would like to change the hours to allow for that 1 a.m. operation, which was allowed by the prior operator. So we're here to request a change of the hours from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m., which they are currently, to 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. 7 days. Rachel and I are here to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Fling's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you, members of the board.
Calling items 7 and 8, Facility Concession Services, Inc., doing business as Spectrum, located at 89 Guest Street in Brighton, and doing business as Charles Playhouse, located at 74 to 78 Warrenton Street. Holder of a general on-premise all alcoholic beverages license, and the holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the corporate structure of the licensed business from Facility Concession Services, Inc. to Facility Concession Services, LLC, and has petitioned for a change of ownership interest. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
I am Lindsay Farina with Skeen Law Firm. And I also have with me Michael McCurry, who's the on-site general manager. The subject of our application, as you mentioned, where we're changing the corporate entity from a corporation to an LLC. We're also petitioning for change of the immediate shareholder. There will be no changes to the on-site operations or on-site management. These changes are only taking place at the corporate level. And we're here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us today. I have no questions.
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on these matters, items 7 and 8? Seeing none, the board will take these under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 9, 116 Huntington License LLC, located at 116 Huntington Ave. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to FM Restaurant Signature LLC, doing business as Soul Mexican Cocina at the same location. John Boucher, manager, 2 a.m. closing hour. Attorney Caroline O'Connell. Attorney O'Connell.
Good morning, everyone. We're here in connection with a transfer of a liquor license from 116 Huntington license to FM Restaurant Signature Opco DBA Soul Mexican. The premises generally are staying the same. The changes that are being made are a rebuild to change the decor of the interior of the premises. There's no change in the number of in the occupancy to the premises. It's just a decor change. John Bush is going to be the licensed manager. He is a temporary manager for now, as the restaurant is not open. We still need to get staffed and approve a new permanent manager. John is with me at the hearing. John has over 10 years of experience in the industry. He is a US citizen, a Mass resident, tip certified, is familiar with the laws of the Boston Licensing Board and the ABCC. I provided a kind of a general description of the restaurant and a menu to kind of just give you a flavor of what we're going to do there. And if you have any questions, happy to answer.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you, John, for joining us. Where do you live and what is your experience in the restaurant, in the industry?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Bush, you're on mute right now. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Here we go.
I live in Quincy at the moment. I've had 2 liquor licenses in my name in the past. I'm at Pink Taco in Boston, formerly as the general manager. And right now I'm just a temporary holder of the one in question. And we'll be passing that on once the general manager is hired.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. No other questions for me. Commissioners, what about you?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flynn's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this matter under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Calling item number 10, Vinas LLC, doing business as Chauncey Liquors, located at 3096 to 3104 Washington Street in Roxbury, holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Chauncey Liquor Inc., doing business as Chauncey Liquor Mart at the same location. Trang Ho, manager, closing hour 11 p.m. And has also petitioned to pledge the license and inventory to Rockland Trust Company. Attorney John Meridian. Attorney Meridian.
Good morning, Attorney John Meridian, Democus Law Offices. I'm here on behalf of Chauncey Liquor Incorporated. They're buying, and Songhan Nguyen, I call him Brad Nguyen, the sole shareholder, is buying Chauncey Liquor Mart on Washington Street in Roxbury. And we're seeking approval to transfer the license, approval of Trang Ho as the manager of record, and approval of a pledge of the license and inventory to Rockland Trust Company. Rockland Trust is financing the transaction. This is for acquisition costs. It's a license to remain the same location. There'll be no changes to the store footprint or anything like that. And the store hours will be 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Sundays. Trang is a U.S. citizen, Mass resident, and tip certified, and has been working in Cambridge Wine and Spirits for the past year or so. Brad's other store in Cambridge to gain experience in alcohol sales. So that's the request before the board. I am working my way through the neighborhood association process and would ask that the board defer decision on this until I can complete that with the Eggleton Square neighborhood in the Jamaica Plain, neighborhood.
Okay. All right, at this time, so you're asking for a deferral?
Yes, until I can complete that process, but I wanted to present to you what the request was.
Okay. All right, thank you. I don't have any questions at this time. Commissioners?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? I see. Okay, first hand I've seen raised was from Michael Reiskind. Mr. Reiskind, you may please unmute yourself and provide your testimony.
My name is Michael Reiskind. I live at 425 South Huntington Avenue in Jamaica Plain. I'm a member of the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council and chair its Public Service Committee. We'd like to ask you for a deferral on this issue. I think there might have been just one neighborhood meeting with the Main Streets held, but they have not yet met with the Eggleston Square Neighborhood Association, the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council, or the Chilcott Place Granada Park Neighborhood Association. So we need some time to finish the community process and ask that you defer the decision. Thank you.
Thank you. I also saw a hand raised from Carolyn Royce. Ms. Royce, I'm going to, there you go. If you can please provide your testimony.
Yeah, thank you. My name's Carolyn Royce. I live at 19 Olmsted Street, Jamaica Plain. I'm a member of the Eggleston Square Neighborhood Association. I appreciate this ask for a delay. Eggleston Square has a significant number of people who drink publicly every day, all day long. It has a big impact on neighbors. As you can imagine, I'm sure you're very familiar with that. Chauncey Liquor in the past has taken very, very few steps to mitigate any of the significant impacts, despite numerous requests and suggestions on how they could help. And so we would appreciate the delay as a chance to work out a better agreement and to hope the board can require Chauncey Liquor to work with the community to become a better neighbor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Royce. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Anything further from the board? Board will take this under advisement as well, and please keep the board apprised of when the community process has been completed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calling item number 11, Valteri Corp. Doing business as Clock Tavern located at 342 West Broadway in South Boston. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to FSW LLC doing business as Clock Tavern at the same location. Matthew Gateman, manager, closing hour 1 a.m. Secondly, has petitioned to change the license type from a Section 12 restaurant to a general on-premise license. Attorney Leslie Delaney Hawkins. Attorney Hawkins.
Thank you. Good morning again, Madam Chair, Commissioners, Attorney Green, Leslie Delaney Hawkins at the law firm of Prince LaBelle Ty on behalf of the applicant. With me today is Matthew Gateman, William Gateman, and Julius Sokol from the proposed ownership group. Matthew is also the proposed manager of record. This is a longtime existing neighborhood bar located in South Boston. We are actually not proposing any changes to the establishment. After meeting with the community, we had initially sought an increase to a 2 a.m. close, but based on the feedback from the community, asking the new ownership to continue operations to establish themselves, we've withdrawn that request, although we do reserve the right to, in the future, return to the community as well as the board should there be a demand. As the board may recall, this is an existing establishment that does not and has not ever offered food. That is why we're amending the license type from a CV all alcohol to a general on premise to actually reflect the fact that there is no kitchen or food on site that is being prepared. There are no changes proposed to operations. We're not moving a table a square inch. We are also asking that any staff who wishes to remain do so. While this is a license at the same location, and public need isn't necessarily a consideration, we do think it is important to note that there are fewer and fewer, as the board is aware, of these local neighborhood establishments, and we're excited to continue the operations here. Matthew is a previously approved manager of record by this board. He is a U.S. citizen, a Massachusetts resident, has extensive experience in the food and beverage industry, and is familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol. With that, we're here to answer any questions and appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. Chairman Joyce, any questions of the applicant?
No questions. Thank you.
No questions for me. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 12, SSP America Inc. doing business as Pete's at Night, located at 500 Terminal Road in East Boston, has applied for an airport common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above 1,933 square foot restaurant located within Terminal E of Logan International Airport, providing food and beverages to airline passengers. Premise is 1 story with a kitchen, bar, and dining area. Seating count is 21 and the legal occupancy is 28. There was 1 entrance exit to the premise. Manager Jacqueline Janeo, closing time 10 p.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Hello, Amanda Taylor here from the Skeen Law Firm on behalf of SSP America Inc. This application is for, actually we have 2, Boston Harbor Distillery and Pizza at Night operating at Logan Airport. SSP, subsidiary company, actually SSP America BOS LLC, has 3 licenses already at Logan Airport that they operate. And I'm here to answer any questions, and also the manager, Jacqueline, is here as well.
Thank you. And Ms. Taylor, are you asking that the board consider these 2 applications to get, are these 2 related transactions applications, or?
Yes, they are. Well, they're two separate applications.
Great, we'll
Same
take them
applicant.
one at a time then.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you, Chairman Joyce. Any questions on item number 12, Pizza at Night?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Carr and Commissioner Saxon? Oh, Commissioner Carr, you're on mute right now.
Is Ms. Janeo a manager of record currently?
Good morning. Yes, I am the manager on record now for the 3 licenses that we have.
What was
In
that last bit?
Massachusetts, in Boston? Sorry, Commissioner.
Yes, I reside in Revere actually, but I've been a manager on record with SSP for the last 8 years and 10 years prior to that with a different operator. So I'm very familiar with the laws and regulations of the city.
Thank you. Any questions? Any further questions, Commissioner Curran?
No, thank you.
Commissioner Saxon, any questions?
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on item number 12? Right, seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. And we'll call item number 13 and read that into the record as well. SSP America Inc. doing business as Boston Harbor Distillery, located at 500 Terminal Road in East Boston, has applied for an airport common victualler 7-day all-alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. The 1,992 square foot restaurant located within Terminal E of Logan International Airport, providing food and beverages to airline passengers. Premise is 1 story with a kitchen, bar, and dining area. Seating count is 101. Legal occupancy is 108. There is 1 entrance and exit to the premise. Manager Jacqueline Janeo, closing time 10 p.m. Ms. Taylor, if you would like to briefly present this application to the board as well.
Hi, yes, Amanda Taylor here on behalf of SSP America Inc. This application is for an airport all alcoholic beverages license. As I mentioned before, SSP America Inc. has several other licenses at Logan Airport already, and this is just for a new unit that they're opening up there. And the manager, Jacqueline, is here as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Chairman Joyce, any questions on item number 13?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Carr or Commissioner Saxon?
No questions, thank you.
No questions from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you very much. And calling item number 14, Wonder Boston LLC, doing business as Wonder Museum, located at 2 Avenue de Lafayette, has applied for a general on-premise 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. Premise to be licensed is located in Lafayette City Center in downtown Crossing. The space is 1 floor consisting of 16,888 square feet. There is a retail, lounge, and cafe area for 3 to 6 people and museum. 1 main entrance and 5 exits, total capacity 421. Hours of operation 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. 2 bathrooms with 4 unisex stalls in each, totaling 8 toilets, 6 standard, 2 handicapped. Manager Marcos Doyle, closing time 12 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
I am Marcus Doyle, sir.
Great. If you could please briefly present your proposal to the board.
Morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, and Attorney Green. My name is Marcus Doyle. I'm the manager on record for the Wonder Museum. This is a small cafe that will be an amenity to guests of the museum. There's but not even 20 seats within the cafe, but liquor will be able to take in throughout the entire museum. It's also meant as a support function for any private events or public events that we may have. I'm a previously approved manager by the board. Within the city, the last 2 years, I've been on manager on record for the Charles River Speedway, a U.S. citizen, Mass resident, and I'm familiar with the laws of the city and Commonwealth.
Thank you. I have no questions.
No questions for me. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information on the community process. Our office held a butters meeting on June 1st. As I understand, no concerns were raised from abutters. The applicant also went on to meet with the Downtown Residents Association and received a letter of support from the downtown bid. With that, we'll defer to the board at this time. Thank you.
Thank you
Good
very much.
morning.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Anna.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much. Those are all the items before the board this morning, and that will adjourn this morning's transactional hearing. Thank you, everybody, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.